What's it like working on the Planes video game, particularly making Dusty come to life?
Okay, well, first of all, I'm a gamer. I grew up really, I would say, obsessed. I had to have every system growing up. I would take on extra jobs at the pizza place, or I was a paper boy. You know, I would do anything I could to get ColecoVision or Intellivision or my Sega Genesis or Dreamcast, you name it. I had every single. I didn't have any money. I couldn't afford to pay my rent, but I would get those systems. So to finally be able to voice the actual character in a game that somebody could play is, I mean, that's something I've wanted to participate in my whole life.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, why do you think Cars and Planes translate so well to video games?
I mean, again, just because of the idea that these are vehicles that you can control. I mean, that's certainly, we love our, I could go through a lot of games, I'm not going to name them all, but like, growing up like Mario Kart type games, and people love racing games. I think it's the combination also of speed and what people know of these Disney films and personality. So you've got speed, you've got personality, those are the kinds of things that you want to control and be victorious with.
All right, now as a prolific gamer, do you have one memory that just stands out?
When I beat Super Mario Brothers. Oh, it's the greatest day of my life. It took so long. I couldn't get past the dungeons with the fiery twirlies inside.
So what are your thoughts on how far video gaming has come ever since Super Mario and whatnot?
Well, I think it's really, I mean, we're on the cusp now of like a new generation of these new games, Xbox One and PlayStation 4. I think that the power of these new machines and what we're going to then see in the years to come, I think that we will probably see the first video games that are the equivalent of the first experience seeing, say, Star Wars in a movie theater. I think it's going to be that visceral experience that goes well beyond just playing the game, but an emotional connection to a game.
Now, what will fans of Cars like about Planes?
Well, I think that because it's a whole new adventure, I mean, it's not in any way a repeat. It's not like it's a reboot, of what we saw in Cars. And I think that if people just appreciated the camaraderie with cast, there's great banter. Disney, they always come up with great scenes and great ways that like 4 or 5 or 6 people can come together. Toy Story, another example, and live within these environments. And then who do you see yourself as kind of in these places? I think that that's always an affinity when even in a kind of a spin-off type situation, you feel like it's strong characters that stand on their own.
Last question, where will Dusty go next in Fire and Rescue?
Well, I mean, judging by the title, there's going to be some fire and rescue. But one thing that I love about the sequel is, in Disney films, the sequel always is about the growth of the characters. It's not like even in Toy Story. By the third one, it was that's an incredibly moving story and some pretty dark stuff in there as well. And in the second one, I will say that the one thing I can give away is when we start to see Dusty as we've seen him during the first Planes, which is so much more confident. He's coming into a situation with more confidence, and that just opens up a whole new world of possibilities for his character.